Hi, I'm Tracy Nisley, the Minister of Music at the Village Church, and today for our Creation Arts Camp Quarantine Edition, I have my friends with me. This is Sierra and this is Ava, and we are going to do a fun project called string art. So what you're going to need is string, who has string? Just string, all sorts of string, and paper. Do you have your paper? Fantastic, and paint. But today we're doing something exciting. Let's say you're at home and you don't have paint. What do? Do you just say, hey Mom, can you go to the store and get me paint?
No, I'm making.
You're gonna make some paint. And I'm gonna give you a recipe and we're gonna make paint with things that you find in the kitchen. So we're going to use some salt. We're going to use some flour. Fantastic. We're gonna use food coloring. And then we're going to use bowls and spoons to mix it up with. Oh, we have to have a measuring cup because the recipe is really hard to remember. No, it's not. I'm just joking. You need equal parts. That means they have to be the same of flour, salt, and water. The water cup's at the other end of the table. We'll get that. So to make the paint, you need flour, salt, and water. What are the three ingredients?
Flour, salt, and water.
And then how do you do the colors? What do you think? That's right, you mix in the food coloring. So let's get started, my little helpers. Ava, can you hand Sierra a couple bowls? And some spoons?
She hands me all
She's
of them.
silly. So you need each bowl and each spoon is going to be a different color. So give her 2 bowls and you get 2 bowls. So start with that. Okay. Hopefully this won't be as messy as our phone camera.
The other thing.
Alright, 2 bowls and 2 spoons.
I'm in my paper.
Sierra, dump that in 1 bowl. We are using, of course, the cup. 1 bowl. If you want to put your paper up, you can move the bowls right in front of you. All right, so that's the flour. When we added the flour, the next thing is to add salt. Right. So Sierra, Ava's turn. Do you want to pour it or do you want me to pour it? I'll hold it. And you, because it's very full, fill up your cup of water, of salt. Water will get the water in this one, won't it? Good deal. Then we'll go, whoop, Sierra's turn. Let her have the salt. Do you want to pour it? That's why I was holding it, so you just do
Roll it.
Okay. Alright, then I will let you hold it. Here you go, Ava. Good job taking turns, girls. It's Ava's turn, that's right. We take turns. So Sierra has 1 more that she needs. While she finishes that, I'm going to get the water.
Editing.
It is a lot of salt. Alright,
Now
let me
it's
see if I can get the water out. You need the same amount. You're going to dip it in. Pick it up, and then dump it in one of the bowls. Okay? Good job. Fantastic. Okay? Well, that's okay. You got to start mixing it. Mix it with your spoon, not your fingers. You got 1 more to put in. I'm going to take all of this away. Mix all that up. You can do 1 at a time.
It's getting chunky.
It's getting chunky. We'll mix it up a little. Use 1 hand. Kind of looks like waffle mix or pancake mix.
Yeah, that's what I forgot to say. Or pancakes.
I'm just going to give you some food coloring, okay? For you to put in.
I know what water and
does. When you get done, put your food coloring in it and mix that up. So add some food coloring. Okay. Add as many drops of food coloring as you wish.
Do we have a lighter?
I don't think so. Not of the liquid. I have this
Wait,
paint.
that's a lighter pink.
Oh, well then. I was teaching Sierra a lesson about
And Benson.
Benson. That just because something looks good and acts good
Doesn't
doesn't
look
mean
good.
that it is good. And what I did is I fixed 2 pitchers of Kool-Aid. But one I
Had
made with
salt.
sugar and one I made with salt. And I had them drink it. And what do you think happened when they drank the one with salt?
We spit it out. We drank the one with salt. We
They
had to do
both did.
Yeah,
Because I wanted them to realize that the only way you know what's good is what God does. God judges because He has to make the inside good. That's what is good. So if you were to eat this, even though it looks like
It kinda
fun
looks like
pancake
icing.
mix or icing, it has a lot of salt. It would not taste good. So when you finish, push that up in front of you and pull your paper back in right in front of you.
what's that?
This is my paper for me to show you. I want you to fold it hamburger mode. Do you remember the hamburger fold? It means the wide one, not the long one. It's for a hot dog fold. We want the
No,
hamburger
that's
fold.
a hot.
That's a hot dog, so I want it to be folded in half. Okay? Fold it in half and push it to the side. Well, then just hold it on with you. Then you're going to open it back up just like Sierra.
Looks like a book.
It does look like a book. That's
I
a
got
new
a
one.
string.
Get one. Ava gets 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4. Perfect. What you're going to do with your string is push it into the
Dip
paint.
it in.
Dip it into the paint. Get it nice and yummy. Kind of like you're
Looks
making
like a noodle.
like a noodle. That's exactly what I was thinking. Okay, keep one little bit out and it won't get quite that messy. So then when you're done, you pull your string out just like this. See what I'm doing?
Get a little bit of the excess.
Looks kind of ew. And then you're going to go and bring it down to the bottom. So when I did, I folded it all around and then had the string hanging out to the bottom. And you're
Then you
going to
wanna
do
close
that
it?
with as many different colors.
Are you gonna
You can
close
do
it?
multiple colors on it. And then I'll show you what to do. Yes. Then once you put all the colors in, you'll close it. But do it on one side of the paper. All right? What color do you want to dip it in, Ava? There's blue, a purple. Might be a little thick. I might add some more. If you don't want it thick and clumpy, you can always add more water.
Put it in and mix it.
Then you mix it up. That's right.
But it's hard to just hold one part out.
Now put it on the same side. It's going to overlap, I know. That's it. Then when you pull it out, just pull it out gently. Let it drip a little bit. There you go. And then put it on one side of your paper. There you go. That's right. And then go pull it all the way around and then bring it down. Perfect. Now you're going to do the next color. You did it perfect, Ava. So do this one.
But are we keeping the strings on the paper?
No, leave it hanging off like that because you're going to use it to pull in just a moment. That way you have something clean to put your fingers on. All right, do the next color.
Only one color to go.
And go with the string around it turns. Good job, Sierra. Good idea to switch it.
Because I know she
And then put it on your paper. Lay it right on top of the string if you want.
It's okay if it
Because we're going to be folding it in half. Now bring the string down to the bottom.
Why don't you do that?
Well, because that's what the instructions are.
It has bubbles on it.
That's okay. Do the blue one.
That's the salt, not the bubbles. That's salt.
Dip it in.
There's still more in this one.
Now you can use any kind of string you have around the house.
Doesn't matter what color it is.
Doesn't matter what color it is. It can be floss like you use to floss your teeth. All right, put that down and then I'll show you the next project, next step. All right, and just going to fold your card in half. See, I folded my card in half.
Done.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Mine couldn't fold in half.
That's it. And then you fold it in half.
Now we pull
Push
this
it down, and then while it's folded, come to the edge, and let's move the chairs out that way we can get ourselves dirty. Hold all four of your strings at once.
at once.
Yeah, hold them all at once. You ready? And then kind of pull it out. You got it?
It's getting all over.
Clean up. Perfect. And let's put our strings in.
And this
A,
bowl.
let me give Ava a bowl. Put our strings in a bowl,
Okay, open it.
and then when you open it,
Whoa!
open up your thing. Let's take a look. There we go. We have done a card. Now when this dries, you can fold it the other way and you have a nice pretty card to give to someone saying, I was thinking of you today. And it's a wonderful card.
This is so cool.
Now if you don't wish to do this, we're going to put these aside.
It's dripping.
We're going to put those aside. And the neat thing, if you don't want to sit there and fold it, you can just use string as a paintbrush.
Or I could just go like this.
Or you could just do that, yeah. You can paint with a spoon. You can dip your string in the paint and just paint with your string.
Mixtures and just paint with this.
Let's try and keep it on the paper though.
Well, it's kind of hard. No, I made it.
What are some other things you can find around the house to paint with? Toothbrush is a great one. What else?
Q-tips.
Q-tips are really fun to use.
These you could use a lot of dots.
And when you get done,
I'm done. Look at this.
hold your picture up and there you go. There's a splatter paint. Paint that you made out of household items. Isn't that great?
And now I'm letting it drip. See?
Yeah. When you're finished, here's something. Wipe your hands off. All right, so here's Ava's artwork. So thank you for joining us for Creations Art Camp Quarantine Edition. Next week is a super special thing. You know the host of next week's. Next week, Miss Robin Chapman is going to do another science project. So I hope that you tune in with us to see her science project. She is going to be making Play-Doh and doing an activity with that. And something, again, that you can find all the ingredients in your kitchen. So we look forward to seeing you next week at Creation Arts Camp Quarantine Edition.